Once upon a time, there was a great paleontologist, archaeologist named Dr. Grant. And what happened to Dr. Grant was him and Dr. Ellie Sadler were commissioned by but no, he wasn't a doctor, by Mr. Hammond to go to Jurassic Park. I don't even know what I'm doing. I can't even see you straight. I don't even know where I am. Don't make me drink another one.
You're telling us about Dr. Grant.
Are we still on Jurassic Park or should we switch to Forrest Gump? Okay, let me get back to it then. So, Mr. Hammond commissions Dr. Grant and Dr. Sadler to go to Jurassic Park on Isla Norma, Sorna. And they go with the insurance guy who's a douchebag because he leaves the kids. But Dr. Grant doesn't leave them, but he leaves them. You left us, you left us. You might be familiar with that scene. Very famous. So here's the thing with Newman. His name in the movie is not Newman. That's his Seinfeld name. The name in the movie is something I don't remember because it's not important. But he has a meeting with Dodson, and he's like, Dodson. And he's like, don't use my name. He's like, Dodson, nobody cares. And he's supposed to make the ferry, but he rushes and he can't because there's a storm coming in. And then the sign for Jurassic Park points the wrong direction. And then a Dilophosaurus gets him and spits him tar in the face. And he's like, here, fetch. You want the bone? Because he thinks he's like a dog. But he's not a dog, and he eats him. Ah, is that okay? And so what ends up happening is Jurassic Park shuts down, but Dr. Grant and the children and Ellie and Dr. Malcolm and the insurance agent who nobody likes are actually out in the park when this is happening, and this is what the problem is. What do you mean next? Proverbial next. Okay, fine. They find a trike, aka Triceratops, who's ill because he ate bad berries, and Dr. Sadler, who Malcolm has a crush on, obviously, and then puts her hand in its poop. Be sure to wash your hands before you eat anything. Well, okay, Jay, if you watch the movie, you'd know that Dr. Grant is fucking on his own with idiots, aka Dr. Malcolm. Dr. Malcolm thinks he knows what he's doing, but he doesn't. And he's all with the torch, like, what ends up happening is the T-Rex almost eats the kids. Fucking insurance agent gets eaten. Malcolm has a broken body. And Dr. Grant ends up in the tree. He vomits on himself. And then, God bless you, the stupidest joke ever, which is, what does a blind dinosaur say? Tyrannosaurus Rex is the answer. Stupid. Well, what happens is they need to get the fences back. Mr. Hammond tells Ellie to go to the trenches, and she does. Mr. Whatever, which is Samuel L. Jackson, and he's like, dead. And then he's like, Mr. Hammond's like, push it. So he does. She does. Well, and then what happens is the kid is on the fence at the same time that she turns it back on, so he falls, and everyone's scared. And then he wakes up, he's like, 3, and everyone's like, you're fine. But everyone was scared for a minute, but he's cool. So then the kid is eating Jell-O, and his spoon is all, incoming, the best scene of all time for Jurassic Park and all time, which is the kitchen scene. And so the kid and the bulimic girl from Angus, you might know that movie by the Angus movie with the bulimic girl. And they're like scared, but then the spoon falls, the classic ladle spoon falls. So the kid's all wrapped up in gauze like a fucking maniac. Next thing you know, Raptor's in the freezer, but they somehow know how to run and shove him in there and lock him. Totally false, but we'll go with it. control room. Fucking the chick with the blonde hair, aka the kid, is like, it's a Unix system, I know this, aka hacker. The kid's like this on her shoulder, like, you know this, and then the door locks, Ellie, the door locks. She can't get the gun with her leg. We're gonna come through the glass. And then the next thing you know, they're hanging on fucking fossils in the middle of Jurassic Park, and the banner falls down, and there's a goddamn T-Rex, and it's so unrealistic, but we love it because we love the movie. And Dr. Grant says, I decided not to endorse your park. And Mr. Hammond says, so have I. There's pelicans. And he's holding hands with the kids, and everybody's bloody, and it's beautiful. And there's pelicans. And I love it. I just love it. And it's beautiful. So what do you want to know? What did I miss?